Coming up on today's show.
I begin to understand concepts like your outer world is a reflection of your inner world.
It seems like a lot of people, decluttering is a great way to remove a roadblock to what they're doing.
On average, we are spending 6 minutes a day just looking for our car keys in the morning.
Declutter your way to success today on Keeping You Organized. Hello and welcome to Keeping You Organized. A lot of times people don't associate success with decluttering, but today we're gonna put the two together with an interesting story from Terry Savelle Foy from Terry Savelle Foy Ministries. Welcome to Keeping You Organized, Terry.
Thank you so much. It's an honor.
Well, tell us just quickly a little bit about your background and how you even came about this book, because it's kind of a little different than your regular services that you provide there.
Yes, it really is. You know, I'm passionate about teaching people to basically make their dreams bigger than their memories. And I've kind of become known as like the vision board lady. So it was kind of odd that I came out with this book called Declutter Your Way to Success. Years ago, it was exactly 15 years ago. My life was falling apart. My marriage was on the verge of a divorce. I had no vision, no dreams, no money. The first directive I ever heard was to clean up and clean out. Like literally clean up my house. And I thought, that's my big vision for life, is to get cleaned up. But then I began to understand concepts like your outer world is a reflection of your inner world.
Right.
In fact, I heard psychologists say that our homes mirror our emotional state at any given time. So I had no idea that getting my house cleaned up would provide so much peace and clarity and confidence like never before. So this book was really the prerequisite for what I'm doing today.
Yeah.
Was starting out by getting cleaned up.
Well, what's interesting, it seems like a lot of people decluttering is a great way to remove a roadblock to what they're doing, because they feel overwhelmed. They feel like they can't get going and moving forward. And a lot of times it's like, okay, I just want to like clean this or declutter this in order to make myself feel better. So is that kind of what you're saying? There's that block that clutter provides before you can actually move forward?
Yes. In fact, you know, now that I have read so many success books, it's amazing how many of them point out the fact that clutter blocks success, that it truly does, that when your surroundings are out of order, it causes you to feel less productive and less energetic. And it truly has a way of draining you of motivation.
Right. Right. Okay. Well, I know in your book you have these 10 benefits of decluttering, and we want to give people benefits for getting that decluttering done. We have other podcasts that actually talk, how you declutter, and I think we've covered decluttered from a lot of different angles. But let's go through some of those benefits and just talk a little bit about that. What would be like your first benefit of being decluttered?
Well, okay, so one of them is that you can find things for sure. You know, they say on average, we are spending 6 minutes a day just looking for our car keys in the morning. 6 minutes a day. Now, that's just for the car keys. And I thought this was interesting. The top 5 items that women search for are shoes, a child's toy, wallet, lipstick, and the remote control. Well, obviously, when you have a clean, orderly home, you designate specific spots for each item. So you go directly, to the key hook for the car keys or the coat closet for your jacket. So you know exactly where to go to find stuff. So you're definitely going to be able to find things. But number 2 is you save time.
Yeah. So
the average American woman spends 55.2 minutes a day looking for lost or misplaced items. Isn't that amazing? So that's nearly an hour a day is wasted just running all over the house trying to find stuff. Now, what they pointed out was that adds up to almost 2 weeks a year is wasted. This I thought was pretty funny, John. They said IKEA reported a statistic saying that women with shoe racks are 7 times more likely to be at work on time than women without shoe racks.
I think we plan on, and this really goes with the whole idea of being on time, and because I experienced this myself. You're on time, you're ready to walk out the door, and then you do look for those keys. And even though we have a little key drawer, the last person maybe to use the key, and it could have been me, maybe didn't put them in the drawer. So then all of a sudden
Yes,
it's this mad rush, and maybe it takes an extra 5 minutes or whatever it is, and then all of a
yes,
sudden we're late for wherever we're going.
that is the truth. That is my husband nearly every morning.
I was going to
Running
say
all
I'm
over.
kind of like that a lot too, but
Yeah. So, I mean, if your shoes always go in the closet, like I know that's a crazy concept,
Yep.
but hey, you'll get to work on time. So, you really will save time when you're organized.
Yep.
Number three is that your life will be less stressed.
Mhm.
Now, this one is amazing to me because we don't realize that the mess causes stress, but it really does.
Yes.
80% of our medical expenditures are stress related.
Hmm.
That's huge, 80%. Well, 90% of Americans say that disorganization at home or work has a negative impact on their lives.
Wow.
65% say clutter affects their state of mind, and 53% say it reduces motivation, leaving them unhappy.
Yeah.
Now, I think this is interesting that scientific studies have linked clutter and disorganization to depression and anxiety.
Mm.
So that just proves to us that our mood is affected by our surroundings.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is enough incentive right here for all of us to get our homes decluttered. Organizing experts have reported that their clients have lost weight, ended toxic relationships, left unhealthy jobs, and stopped bad habits once they got their lives decluttered.
Right. Well,
Isn't that
yeah,
amazing?
I can see that. And, in some of the other podcasts we've done, we've talked about, there really is a relationship between, the heart, the soul, the spirit, and your physical environment. They all really interact with each other. So,
It's true.
well, listen, we're going to take
Yeah.
a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to get into some more of these benefits of decluttering for success with Terry Savelle Foy, and we'll be right back. Now, there's a place just for you. Life can be busy, and you still have to keep it all together. That's why you like to be organized and in control. Introducing MyOrganized.life, a special place where you can get ideas and solutions to organize what's important to you, your important papers, your important decisions, your important life events. We show you the ideas and products to stay organized in your life. See what's new. Stop by and say hello. Visit us at any time at www.myorganized.life. It's just for you. MyOrganized.life by Smead. Find us at www.myorganized.life. MyOrganized.life. We're back now on Keeping You Organized, talking about decluttering for success. How do you become successful by decluttering? And we have Terry Savelle Foy with us. Terry, we've been kind of going through these benefits. We've covered 3 or 4 of them now, but I know you have more in your book. Why don't you hold your book up there too so we can see the cover again? It's called Declutter Your Way to Success. And Terry's got an interesting story because she's a success coach, but realize that decluttering is one of the key things that help you get to that success. So let's dive back into the benefits again and give us another benefit of decluttering.
Okay, so another benefit, believe it or not, is you'll have more confidence. Did you know that UCLA did a report and discovered that women, especially, that clutter has a strong effect on self esteem?
Hmm.
And here's why is because every time someone visits your home and you have to apologize for the condition of it, it actually decreases your self esteem and your confidence. So
Interesting.
you can see how that plays over and over. The more someone walks in the house and you keep saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Please don't look around. I'm so embarrassed." Every time you do that, it decreases your self esteem.
Yeah, I think everyone listening or watching to this podcast is going to relate to this in some situation. These are such common situations that we deal with that we get embarrassed about the way things look and are organized in our home.
Yes, it's true. And let me just point out too that there's different degrees of organization. And what one person sees as orderly, another person may see as a catastrophe.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have to get your home the way that brings the most peace to you and the
Okay.
most confidence. So I'm not saying that every home has to be museum like, but you want it to be an area that you're pleased to show your home. You're pleased to have people over.
Right.
So Just wanted to point that out.
That's an excellent point.
And you know what, John? I think this one is amazing. This is one of the greatest benefits is you're going to save money when you get your home decluttered.
Everybody likes to save money, so let's hear about this.
Okay, and I'm big on goal setting, so I think this will make you even more motivated to declutter because you can reach a financial goal in the process. 23% of adults pay late fees on their bills
Oh my
because they
gosh,
can't find their bills.
that's
So once you
incredible.
have a designated spot for all your bills, you're going to pay them on time.
Right?
So those are just a couple things, but this is my favorite one, John, because I think a lot of us can relate to this. Okay, 50% of Americans say their top New Year's resolution is to save money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, 69% of Americans have less than $1,000 in their savings account. Less than 1,000. So 69%. And if you listen to Dave Ramsey at all, he says you have to have at least 1,000 in an emergency account,
Right.
just set aside. Well, 1 out of 10 Americans is renting a storage unit to house all their extra possessions. And guess what they're spending on an annual basis?
Mm-hmm.
About 1,000 a year.
Yeah. That's
Mhm.
and what's interesting, Dave's thing is called financial peace. So again, it gets back to that emotional feeling as well. I mean, we get stressed out when we know the money's not there, and if we're spending it on just basically supporting clutter by
Yeah.
getting these outside storage kind of units or whatever. I mean, that all adds up, and it is a real stressful thing as well.
Right. And most of the time, we don't know what's in the storage unit. We forgot. We don't need it. Well, I was asking a financial investor, I said, if you were to invest $1,000 a year with a 12% ROI, what would you have? And he said, well, I just happen to have a client who's done that. He pulled up his account and he said, this guy has $17,558.
Wow.
He's putting 1,000 a year in investments instead of into a storage unit.
Right.
Isn't
Oh,
that amazing?
that is an incredible tip. Well, Terry, we're kind of out of time for this episode, but I'd like to bring you back next time, and we'll finish some of the benefits. We'll also talk a little bit more about this emotional piece too, because I think there's the overwhelm that we all are dealing with. But before we go, tell people how they can get a hold of you and what kinds of things that you sell, or you have services or things on your website as well.
Yes, so my website's easy. It's terry.com, terri.com.
Okay.
And we have a podcast on YouTube. We have all kinds of books and kits. I have a declutter kit. I have a vision board kit. I love teaching people how to achieve their dreams and goals. So it's simple to find us at terri.com.
Yeah, terri.com. You must have gotten that domain really early. terri.com. That's great. That's pretty easy to remember. All right, well, folks, listen, we'll come back next time and we'll finish up these benefits of decluttering, and we'll bring Terry back, and we'll see you next time on Keeping You Organized.